All right, so what's up, everybody? So really, I think I'm just want to start doing a series called like Behind the Song, or I don't know, I'm probably gonna name it something else, but it's just a series where I just I go through the songs I wrote and I just explain like my writing process, uh, why I wrote some of the stuff, breaking down lyrics, maybe even how I came or how I found the beat to begin with. Even though I don't produce my own beats, I find them off of YouTube. However, um, I think it still would be a cool insight, but overall, all in all, I just want this series just to be, something that can help the future generation. They look back and they see, like, they'll be able to look back and just see how I grew as an artist, as a songwriter, as you know, a vocalist, however you want to say it. But yeah, because I remember when I was like first starting out. I mean, technically, I'm still first starting out, but when I was in the beginning. And I was, even now, I still look for like songwriters and how they write their songs and exactly the process that goes into it. Of course, there's a lot of stuff that you can find on YouTube, but oftentimes your favorite artist isn't posting, how they wrote their song. So especially in a direct way like this. So I just figured this would be, a good little thing to do. In the future, people could look back on it and just, hopefully study my craft and become the artist they want to be. Hopefully I can inspire and influence like that one day, but nonetheless it'll be here either way. So the song we're going to do today is the song I wrote. It's called Better Safe Than Sorry, and this song it's really about wanting love but scared to do the things that it takes to achieve love. You're scared to open up, or you're scared to revisit the past, or you're scared to talk about your trauma. So this song is really, it's saying I'm better off safe than, sorry, because I've already went through the risks. I've already went through the processes and everything like that. And I'd rather stay safe rather than me be sorry again. So I kind of wrote the verses and I kind of did the verse 1 in my perspective and the events that's happening. And I did verse 2 in the girl's perspective and how she's feeling, or how I imagine she's feeling. Yeah, this song is different than anything I've ever wrote. It definitely feels special, It's definitely probably like my first song where I could say like, okay, like I can actually do something with, this music stuff. So, but all right, so we're gonna break down the chorus first. So I open up the chorus with, where does love go when it walks right out my heart? Avoiding messages, better safe than sorry. So usually when I'm writing, I picked up on this technique. It's like you start off with a super strong, super straightforward, super potent opening line, and you don't want, really, as I'm becoming a better writer and everything like that, I'm learning that all the like poetic, the metaphoric, all that stuff is cool, but if you're looking for something to truly connect, truly truly inspire a listener, it comes by having the most straightforward, the most vulnerable of lyrics most times. However, I'm not saying that you should just be, you shouldn't write without metaphors, or you shouldn't write without poetic lines, because you definitely should, but it should be a great balance of both, if not a little bit more of the, I guess you could say regular lines with a mix of the poetic lines. But yeah, so that's really what I'm starting to learn as an artist, and that's what I did with this song, which is another reason why it's definitely one of the best songs I've written, in my opinion. But yeah, so it starts off with, where does love go when it walks right out my heart? Avoiding messages, better safe than sorry. So in there, I'm saying that, out of all the times I've found somebody that I actually truly liked, found somebody that I truly wanted to be with, where has it gone? Where has all the love gone now that it's no longer here? So avoiding messages, better safe than sorry. I'm saying, like, I am probably, you could assume right now I'm talking to somebody, but I'm avoiding their messages because I don't want to go through the whole process again. I know the process and I don't want to, go through it. So then we go skip to the next section. It goes, can't let myself fall too far. Where does love go when it walks right out my heart? I mean, that one's pretty self-explanatory, you know. I'm just saying I can't let, you know, the reason why I'm avoiding messages is because I just can't let myself fall too far again. I can't let myself fall that deep back in love. So there we go down a few more. It goes, every day she's sorry, told her that you're looking out for yourself, and that's something I can't be mad at. But now you know why I'm off alone. Avoiding messages, better safe than sorry. So right there, which is probably like my favorite line in like the whole song. But right there, I remember I was sitting there and I just read no, I didn't read. I watched like a video essay, and it said that, you know, or I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember exactly where I got this line from, but I know I watched, it was something on YouTube or TikTok, and it was a video essay of the sorts, and it was saying pretty much that, you know, you can't be mad at somebody for looking out for themselves, you know, and it's so true. It's so true because even though it may hurt us in a way, even though we may feel a certain type of way, at the end of the day, that person is simply looking out for themselves, you know, and who are we to sit here and get mad at them for simply doing what we all should do, is look out for ourselves, you know. I mean, granted, it isn't that black and white, you know, obviously, but it gives you a new perspective on the world a little bit and helps you not take stuff so personally, because once you realize like we're all just looking out for ourselves, you know, that'll involve us hurting some people and me hurting other people, you know. But it all comes back around, you know, it all goes round and round. So yeah, that's the chorus. Just really, it's just the chorus. I treat it as like the statement piece of the song. I treat it as like the main idea. You know, you can pretty much summarize the whole song in this chorus. So I think that's what makes a great chorus. It's just able to summarize the whole main idea of the song. And yeah, so all right, we're gonna skip to verse 1. Last time I felt love, it was back in high school. We were sweetest of hearts until the love turned sour. You broke my trust in half, so now I only give out pieces. So right here, like I said, this verse is kind of from my perspective. I decided to write it from. I'm pretty much saying here, like, the last time I actually felt love, it was way back in high school. And, you know, we actually had something good. We actually had something great going on. But then, you know, you broke my trust in half. You know, you betrayed my trust. You went across that boundary. And so now, everywhere I go, anybody else I end up talking to, I only give out pieces. You know, I only give out pieces. So, you know what they say, if you never heal from what cut you, you'll bleed on people who didn't hurt you in the first place. So, yeah, that's why, I mean, in a way, this statement is a testament to how important it is to heal, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, no one just deserves pieces, especially in the case of like romantic partnership. No one deserves only pieces of you. You know, they should be able to love and see the full you, you know? And like I said, I know it's not that black and white. It's definitely a hard process to do, but it is important. And that's why it's so important for you to be able to heal after you've went through whatever you went through. Because, you know, if you don't, you'll just bleed on the people who didn't even cut you. So, next section, it goes, these are also shorter verses too. And I don't know how I feel. I kind of like writing shorter verses. It kind of forces me to say what I want to say, but also have them poetic lines in between. I don't know. It kind of just forces me to write sharper in a way. Because with longer verses, you can kind of spread it out in a little bit. You kind of like can spread it out. You know, you don't have to say everything so quickly. But with shorter verses, you have to say it quickly. So it kind of forces you to, like, you know, get straight to the punch, but also having that, you know, creative swag behind it. So, but anyways, next section, it goes, and I'm tired of filling voids I ain't leave empty to begin with. Always have my back, I can promise that. But now I don't know how I should feel. Sometimes I won't love, but I know that I'm not ready. So basically right there, I'm saying, tired of filling voids I ain't leave empty to begin with. I'm pretty much saying, like, you know, now that my trust is shattered, you know, my love is weak, you know, these are all voids that I didn't leave empty to begin with. You know, these are all things that were okay at one point, but now they're in shambles, and it's all because of, you know, me being more sorry rather than safe, more sorry rather than safe. That's the whole theme of the song. So, and then I say, always have my back. I can promise that, like I just said, these weren't for me. I didn't make these voids empty. I didn't create these voids to begin with. I've always had my back, but now I don't know how I should feel. Sometimes I won't love, but I know that I'm not ready. Sometimes I won't love, but I know that I'm not healed. I know that I'm not in a spot where I can, love again. Yeah, so it's definitely a thing that it's like, it's something that we all crave. We all crave love before we know we're ready. A lot of us do. Yeah, some people say you'll never be ready, which is definitely true. You may never be ready, but you could definitely be a lot more prepared for such a thing. So yeah, that's verse 1. So we're going to jump to the bridge now, which is it says, no, I can't let this time end like the last. End like the last. Again, can't let it end like the last. So pretty much in this bridge, I'm pretty sure this is like the most self-explanatory thing on here, but I'm pretty much just saying, like, I can't let this time end like the last. I can't let myself go through the process again, fall in love, just for it to end up, with me heartbroken again. I can't let it end like the last. So yeah, and then after that, the chorus repeats. There's no need to go over the chorus again. We did just do that. So now we go to verse 2. And it says, this is the perspective of the girl, or in my case, the girl. But for you guys, whoever's listening, it could be, whoever you need it to be. But from how I wrote the song, it's my perspective. It's from the girl's perspective. I wrote it in, in my point of view. So yeah, verse 2 goes, I ain't mean to hurt you. It was never my intentions. Through trauma we were bonded until the end of the stars. Every word I told you I meant. From the bottom of my heart, my love is yours to keep. So pretty much there I'm saying that, speaking from the girl's perspective. All right, my phone just did a whole thing. I don't know how long I have, but we're gonna get back into it. So verse 2, right? I think that's where we left off. So verse 2 says, I ain't mean to hurt you. It was never my intentions. Through trauma we were bonded until the end of the stars. Every word I told you, I meant. From the bottom of my heart, my love is yours to keep. So basically there I'm just saying, or from the girl's perspective, I'm just saying, like, I didn't mean, the girl didn't mean to hurt me. It wasn't her intentions. We were trauma bonded. We formed a bond based off our own pain and our own hurt, from situations that happened at the same time. And yeah, she's basically just saying that every word I told you, I meant. It's from the bottom of my heart. And for that, my love is yours to keep. Basically saying that, like, the love that we had, the love that we shared, is yours to keep, and, do whatever you want with it. Let it be whatever you need, whatever, if it's a reminder or nostalgia or even a motivator, that's basically what the girl is saying in this verse. Then, skip down. If I'm rushing, it's because, like I said, I don't know how long I have with my phone and the storage and everything. So, but anyways, but some things don't work out and they say it's for a reason. My life is kind of messy. I ain't want you in a mess anyway. I tried reaching out and telling you, but I think you got the hint, and I'm sorry that I hurt you. Basically saying that, some things don't work out, and they say it's for a reason. And she's just kind of like, besides, my life is messy and I didn't want you in the mess. And I did try reaching out and telling you, because you could assume at this point, we're no longer talking and anything like that. Or if we are talking, the intentions haven't been made clear. But then she goes on to say, I think you got the hint. And I go on to say, rather, but I think you got the hint, and I'm sorry that I hurt you. Basically saying that, I got the hint, from my perspective, I understand, I got the hint. And she's sorry that she hurt me. And then it goes into the next bridge, which is, I'm sorry I hurt you. You were right, I admit. It's better safe than sorry. Quote unquote, it's better safe than sorry. Then it goes back into the chorus, and then the outro is, but the bravest of hearts keep theirs open after pain and get to find love again. Sincerely me. So yeah, man, all in all, this song is just about, going through the cycles of love, wanting love, but scared to open up, and then having a glimpse of love, but, kind of messing it up or fumbling in it or not wanting to fully dive into it and let yourself indulge into it because you're scared of, what could happen. You rather be safe than sorry. So yeah, man, I like this song a lot. This was definitely one of my favorite songs I've written, if not my favorite. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna be doing a series on this, doing a little bit more of these, a lot more of these actually, with the songs I write. And even the albums or EPs for right now that I end up writing. I'll be seeing I think it's called Genius, I think. The lyrical company or whatever. I'll be seeing their videos with artists. They come on there and do their bit about their song, and hopefully one day I get to be on that. That'll be pretty cool. But yeah, man, other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know I definitely did. Hopefully this helps, people down the line who watch this in the future and is looking on, kind of getting an insight on how I write my songs. And things are subject to change, of course, as I get older and as I become a better songwriter. Things are definitely going to change, but all in all, the base is what builds it. So yeah, man, definitely I'll see you guys in the next one. Definitely enjoyed this a lot, and hopefully you guys did too. So see you guys in the next one.